We are several days late on the Jurassic World trailer and the Star Wars trailer. A lot of folks on the channel on Geekvolution have asked us to talk about these things, and I wish we could have done it on the radio show last week, but they happen like... Well, actually, what's really funny is they put out the Jurassic World one, I think, early. But we had already recorded. We pre-recorded on Monday for Thursday, and so I was like, "Oh man, perfect. I wish if we recorded on the normal day, we totally would have had it." But anyway, let's start there because we talked about the teaser last week and said, "Cool, we have an image of like a floating ball thing and the doors opening, and that's about it." Vince, I'm still really excited for this movie. I'm still really excited for the premise. Some of it, of course, is a nostalgia thing because I love Jurassic Park, and the idea of getting to see the whole park actually in working order and people going there and all that is really exciting and appealing to me. There's some weird ideas in the trailer, and as always, I don't want to jump the gun because we haven't seen the film yet, so who knows what the movie's really going to be like, but I'm a little surprised by some of what they're doing.
Like what specifically?
I'm a little surprised by the whole, like it looks like the Raptors are good guys.
Well, I mean, I'll play devil's advocate on this one. I'm not necessarily unconvinced of what you've told me.
Are you ready for a wager? You want a wager? You want to do a wager?
No. Sure, for the viewers' benefit.
No. I bet you. No. I bet you the ticket price. I will pay for your ticket when you go see it. I will pay you back for your ticket if I'm wrong, and the Raptors are not helping the humans against the new genetically modified made-up dinosaur.
Sure, why not?
Okay, cool. You've heard it here first, folks. This is our we have it recorded on the radio, and that's what we're doing. No, it might not be that. They sure want you to think that.
It could be that there's something that's way out in front of Chris Pratt that's more interesting than Chris Pratt, or it could be that there's something that's behind all of them that's more frightening than Chris Pratt is tasty looking.
But just before that, they showed you a scene where they let the Raptors out on purpose.
Which those two scenes could be just like disjointed from each other. They could show the Raptors being released, and then they could be showing them running next to him.
And I partly suggest this because the Raptors are always everybody's favorite part.
Yeah.
You know, you want to, like people are going to want to root for the Raptors, and I'm sure that's why they're doing that if they're doing that. I'm not even saying it's a bad idea. I was just like, oh, really, this is going to... I think it could potentially be really super cool, or it could be kind of hokey. Who knows? But I really think you're going to have humans and dinosaurs teaming up against the giant dinosaur they shouldn't have created.
You know, I really wish that I was more into sports, because I would totally make a Raptors joke right now, since you said rooting for the Raptors. I don't even know what sport they play.
Raptors is a basketball team?
I think you're probably right.
I think the Raptors are an NBA team.
I have no idea.
Vince, a lot of people are not excited about the movie now because, and of course, you know, naysayers like if you're going to do it, reboot it, and that kind of thing. Like we're just putting more nails in the coffin. But does the idea of, and again, we don't know what they're doing with it exactly, but does the idea of making a brand new dinosaur, just that idea bother you? Because it's bothering people. People are very upset about this.
It doesn't really.
They think this is a really, really bad idea.
I think it would be a really bad idea to make a brand new dinosaur.
No, it would be. That's why Chris Pratt in the trailer says, hey, that's a bad idea.
And, I mean, that's the thing, though, is that I don't mind this idea. I think that this could be fun. And I'm not saying that it's going to be the most original thing ever.
Yeah.
But I don't like the idea that all the dinosaurs would be good guys. I like the idea that the dinosaurs are animals and that they're in a park. Now, I guess... and then there's this one creature that just destroys everything and suddenly everything's released. That makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the idea of a new dinosaur if that's what they're doing. Or especially...
Well, we know that's what they're doing.
I mean, yeah. I don't mind I don't mind it if the idea is that he tears down walls and ruins the chances for safety in this park.
Yeah.
And otherwise it would be safe, but this dinosaur made it unsafe.
What I like about the idea potentially is because the premise, of course, for Jurassic Park is we played God and we lost.
Yeah, which I still think is maintained in this.
What this would be is we
potentially.
went too far again. Like we these dinosaurs that we created in the first place were still there. We went back. We figured out how to master the technology. Now it's not like we're playing God so much because we made it work. We figured it out, but we just can't leave well enough alone. We keep going. Perhaps this is human condition. We don't know. We have too much hubris. We're so vain. We probably think this song is about us.
You probably think this movie's about this topic again.
And that's why what I potentially like about it. I think a lot of people just think that the idea is like, well, why would you do that? Like people think that it's just silly. Why would you do that? And I think the answer is potentially you do people have a tendency to do things just because they can.
Yeah.
Now, might it be rehash? Might it be too much of the same the same like premise and message again? Perhaps. Would I have liked a reboot better? I don't know. I had an idea for what they could have done with this exact premise if it were a reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is all fine. But what if? And this is just, I don't know. I'm just throwing this out here. This is just an idea. But if
ready to catch, guys.
If you wanted to do a Jurassic Park again, change it around slightly, and get to actually see a real working park. Mm-hmm. What you do is you start the movie after the events that you would have seen in the first movie, except it's a new continuity. And the idea is when they sent people there to sample the park, that whole thing got covered up in the first place completely, to the point where the scientist guy who created it was able to go forward with the park anyway. And that's how you do both things at the same time. I mean, that could have been neat.
Yeah, why not?
But anyway, so I don't know. I'm still really stoked for it. I think it could go either way.
I
think
I'm more excited about it now.
Are you? That's cool.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, is that when I first saw that Jurassic Park wasn't a huge thing for me. I liked the first one, I liked the third one. I didn't hate the second one, but I was a kid. What do I know? And so they're making this one. I'm going to remain open minded about it.
Yeah.
And I don't think the idea that the Raptors being good guys makes much sense at all. I guess it would make sense as long as they establish that the Raptors are genetically engineered to be good guys.
Yeah, I really doubt that's how they do it.
But how? Yeah, how? How would they be good guys if they're carnivores and they eat things? I mean,
and that could be too counter to the thematic ideas of playing God, where it's like, we've got these good raptors because we're able to control all this, but then we've got this big thing we couldn't control.
If you're not going to genetically engineer everything to be friendly, why would you bother genetically engineering ones that are not friendly?
There's also a part of me that kind of doesn't want to sit through another pseudo horror movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get that that's what these always have been. I don't know. I guess for me, like, I'm excited about the novelty of getting to see the working park. And as soon as the park stops working, I'm afraid I'm going to get bored. And I hope not. But I'm just saying, like, it's, you've always got to have this terror element. It would be really interesting if we did one that was more of just a study of the science fiction ideas, and it didn't have to be as action driven. But I guess I can't expect that.
I feel like that would be more successful as a book than a movie.
Yeah, I know. It would be. But anyway, whatever. I'm still excited about it. Like I said, I love Chris Pratt, and there's a lot of super fun things in it. I love the giant dinosaur that comes out of the water like he's in SeaWorld. That's cool.
That's really cool. I mean, that would have scared the crap out of me if I was in the park. Just the idea of being present for that without something barricading between us, that would scare the crap out of me.
I'm also excited about the potential merchandising. I really hope that we get a Jurassic World playset like the Jurassic Park playset when I was a kid.
Oh,
because that thing was so cool. Yeah, they were great. Let's move on to the Star Wars trailer. Vince just saw it for the first time a few minutes ago. Like with Jurassic World, are you more or less excited than you were before, or did it do anything for you at all?
I am exactly the same, because I feel like I've seen nothing of grand importance.
That's exactly the reaction I had. Vince, people are freaking out about it. People are losing their minds out of how great it looks, and I'm like,
the effects look
what
great.
What we're seeing is cool, but it's about what I expected, I guess. Like,
There's there's guys who use lightsabers, apparently fancy ones with guards that are also lightsabers, which makes no sense.
I just don't know how you don't stab yourself in the face.
Yeah, I understand if you're going to put the lightsaber guard at the bottom to keep things from cutting through it, but sure, wouldn't you want to cup it so it doesn't cut through your hand or wrist or something, whatever. And then you look at
I do like that they come out secondarily, almost as if you wouldn't have to use them if you didn't want them.
Yeah, I think that's kind of fun.
But I will say that after the prequels, I was kind of hoping we could get past special trick lightsabers.
Yeah,
but whatever.
No, it's cool. I mean, sure, but I just think it's kind of the actual design of it is not as cool or is not as practical as the prettiness of it. So then you look at there's essentially what this movie said is there's stormtroopers. There's droids, or this trailer, rather.
There's TIE fighters.
There's TIE fighters. There's the Millennium Falcon.
There's X-Wings.
And then...
the X-Wing skirting across the water thing looked really pretty cool.
Yeah. No, it looked really sleekly designed and everything, sure. It still looks like a used universe, but it looks more detailed than it did in the past.
Yeah.
And you really get a sense for scale.
And importantly, It looks like they built some stuff, and it's not... But again, everything I'm talking about positive-wise are things I knew already.
Yeah, I mean, you knew this stuff all existed in Star Wars.
Yeah, but also I'm saying, I knew some production stuff. I knew that they were shooting on real sets, and it wasn't all green screen, and then it wasn't all CGI, and I mean, getting to finally see pieces of it, that's awesome.
I was kind of hoping, based on the first minute or so, or first 30 seconds of the trailer.
So you mean all of it? Oh.
Yeah, I was hoping that this was going to be like Stormship Troopers. I was hoping it was going to be a movie about stormtroopers. I thought that would be really neat.
I think it's doing the same thing in a way that they did with Star Trek, where they're showing you all the big iconography to get people to go, oh, cool, it looks like Star Wars again.
I'll just wait for an actual trailer.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's what they need to do to sell it. Are you surprised a little bit that we didn't get any glimpse right away of Luke or Leia?
I'm a little surprised.
Any of that. I kind of figured that they might give us a glimpse of it, but then the question is, will they maybe not show you any of that until you get to the actual movie? Because maybe even showing you like anything might give too much away. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? And if that's the case, then
kudos. Good. Please don't show me too much.
Don't ruin stuff for me, because it annoys me when I go to a movie and I basically know everything that happens. Yeah. I mean, it annoys me less if I know it's going to be bad, because you
don't always know that.
No, you don't. It's true. But I saw all the trailers for Catwoman. I'm like, that's going to be awful. So when I went to see the movie, I went, yep, that's awful. And it wasn't
then you felt like a putz for handing them your money.
No, I watched it on DVD.
Oh. But you said went. You said you got up and went.
I got up, went, I rented it because Blockbuster was still a thing at that point.
Oh, okay. You still should have felt like a putz for giving them your $3 to watch that movie.
I'm all right with it.
Oh, okay. All right.
And it was funny. And
hey, I pay money to make fun of stuff, sure.
Then you look at Spider-Man 3, and I went, yep, it's exactly what I expected it to be. And then it turned out that Dark Knight was not Joker the movie, so...
Yeah, so you're not always right.
No, I'm not always right, but...
But then there was that Day the Earth Stood Still thing, and you totally... I'm glad we didn't bet on that, because I would have owed you money.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Yes, indeed.
Not my finest hour. When I saw the Star Wars teaser, I laughed out loud at the Rolly Droid.
I thought that was adorable.
It looks neat, but the reason I laughed at it was I was like, really? That's the second thing you've chosen to show us in your Star Wars teaser? And then I was at the comic store today, and I was talking to William, the guy who runs Elite Comics, and he suggested something that I don't know why I didn't think of. He said, well... they're giving this to us so soon after they've wrapped production that they're probably showing us just the stuff that's finished.
That's a good point.
It's a really good point. Because think about it. How long have they had to finish any effects? It's amazing that we've got anything with effects in it already. Yeah. I'm a little surprised we got a teaser this quick.
I kind of like what the droid looked like, though, because I mean, you look at the Force Awakens thing. I mean, it seems like it's happening where a lot of things are kind of, the idea is that you're coming from a small scale to a big scale.
Yeah.
And what I like about the droid is that it really shows a small scale. It shows that it looks like somebody used a little mechanical device and a soccer ball to make a droid. And I love like the found object idea of making a droid. That's a great idea because that really cements that they're going back to a used universe.
Yeah, we should mention real quick before we get off of this the first image with the guy in the Stormtrooper outfit, because there are of course some people that are really upset about that and are like how could you have a black Stormtrooper and all that kind of stuff.
Not a clone.
Two things about that. The first one is you don't know that he's a Stormtrooper because you have a whole lot of people in Star Wars wearing different costumes of things they aren't. A lot of mistaken identity in Star Wars.
I mean, heck, Han and Luke wore Stormtrooper, almost said Stormtrooper outfits.
Secondly, even if he is a real Stormtrooper, and wouldn't it be interesting to make a character that is like take a Stormtrooper, make a character out of it? That'd be kind of cool. You could go into all the reasons they're so incompetent, but but the other thing is that in that era they're not all clones anymore, and they're we've been Dan and I reviewing Rebels, and it of course is canon, and there is according to it, and I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't brought up in their movie, there is a Stormtrooper Academy. There were people of different races in that, different human races, not different like alien species.
All right, aim your guns, now close your eyes and hope for the best.